Hi, and welcome to The Chant. Big Jim brings those food into New York via Amerijet. And you know that's gonna cost a piece of money. But I don't mind paying money, like, for food that has nutrients. Compared to when you guys go and shop at the Korean and Chinese store, and those of you who do it know where the stores are, and you buy up all the peppers and all the yams and dasheen because you're hoping to get some kind of nutrients from it that you used to get with your food back home. The Chinese food dasheen have no taste. The breadfruit taste has no flavor. The peppers has no flavor. If you get a little bit of flavor from the pepper, that's not even enough to nourish your cells, which would explain why a lot of people are getting fat, because your body is not getting the nutrients that you should be getting from your food. If you recall, when you were back home, no matter what island you're from or country you're from, when you ate your food, we were skinny like that because our food had nutrients. If you had a breadfruit for breakfast, if you had breadfruit for breakfast, breadfruit and saltfish, breadfruit and stewed chicken, breadfruit and whatever, you were full for the whole day. You ran around for the whole day. You missed lunch for the whole day. If you ate, it's probably dinner time, and that was it. Because the food was filling and we were skinny. Now, many of us today, I'm not saying it's just you all, it's just myself as well, because I have a little, the meat on my bones I'm working on. That is why I decided that I would like to go back to eating like the way I ate when I was home with my breadfruit. And I tasted this breadfruit. Listen, I wish you guys could taste this. I tasted this breadfruit before I came to record this video. This is breadfruit. The breadfruit that you buy at the Chinese store, I don't know. It looks like a breadfruit. It smells like a breadfruit, but it doesn't taste like a breadfruit, which means because it has no nutrients. So, I had my back to Labby before I move on to something else. So, Big Jim explained that he's having a difficult time with his business because a lot of people, all people are not shopping at his store. You prefer to go to the Chinese store and buy the food that doesn't have any nutrients. This is what I have discovered in the past couple of months. If I invest my money and I buy quality food, like what Labbe's market sells, when I eat this meal, this might be the this will be the last meal I have for the day. I have tried eating like the bananas that comes from Labbe. And I notice if I have bananas like in the early part of the day, I am full for hours. I have no need to eat. I don't feel hungry. My body feel more energized. You stop eating the rice. Period. White rice. If you need to eat rice, probably basmati rice. You all remember when rice was only a meal we only had on Sundays. Otherwise, during the week, we ate breadfruit, we ate ground provision, and we ate it directly from the soil. Sometimes your parents pull provision today and you eat it today. You pick a breadfruit today, you might put it in the sun for a couple of days, with it not more than 2-3 days. And by then it's ready for eating, and it was still packed full of nutrients. And that's how we ate. Some of you all travel out of your islands into these big countries, and somebody else is providing your food. This is what I discovered over the weekend. I went to Queens in an Indian neighborhood, and I went for eggplants. I'm going to explain that later. They sell these little eggplants, like probably like that small, and I love them. They taste very good. But that food, their food, that wherever they get their food from, most of it is full of flavor. So what I have noticed is that what comes into the Caribbean community for our food does not have the amount of nutrients that our bodies need. The Indians import, it would seem to me that they import their food specifically for their consumption. The Indians, I include the Pakistanis, the Sri Lankans, and all those Middle Eastern people. That is what I have seen. The Caribbean people, the Chinese people bring our food. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. They should not be providing our food. Our food should come from people who know what we eat. What the Chinese people do is that they pretend to be your friend when you come to the store and ask you what kind of stuff you like, what kind of food you get in your country. And some of you go and you say, oh, we get breadfruit, we get tanya, we get yam, we get this. And you talk. And the Chinese man goes off and he say, you know what? We need to get this food into the neighborhood because this is what the black people like. And I'm not being racist. I'm being truthful. We need food from wherever we came from. That means that in this case, for this video, we're talking about the Caribbean. We need food from the Caribbean. And now that there's transportation that brings food directly here, there's no way that we shouldn't be eating healthier. Now, Big Jim at La Base goes to different islands and he buys food, ground provision, callaloo, ginger. Has anybody gone to the Chinese store lately and buy a piece of ginger? And when you get home and decide you're going to make a ginger beer or something, you realize it tastes like drinking water? That's what happened to me. I went to the Chinese store and I decided I was going to make myself a ginger beer because, you know, ginger is good for your digestion. And I picked up like a big hunk of ginger. Big hunk of ginger. And I picked up 2 pieces and I went and I cashed it. And I brought it home, put it in my fridge, and then about a day or 2 days after, I decided I'm going to make ginger beer with my ginger. So I grind my ginger. When I didn't grind, I put in the processor and I decided I was going to make ginger beer. Lo and behold, when I decided I'm going to have myself a glass of ginger beer, I poured my ginger beer into a glass and I added some ice and decided it was okay, let me have a little ginger beer relax. That thing had no flavor of ginger. Well, I shouldn't say that. There was a little skins of ginger, but it wasn't even enough for me to say, well, oh, I had ginger beer. It was a total waste of my money. Now, I went to Queens over the week and I bought myself some organic ginger. Guess what? That stuff burned from the time it hit your tongue all the way down to your stomach, and you can feel the fire as how ginger is supposed to feel when you drink it. Not the stuff that the Chinese store sell. You all need to be careful. You all need to take better care of yourselves. Half of the reason why many of you all have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, joint pain, and all of this stuff is because of the food you eat. It have no nutritional value. So what does the body do? If you continue to eat food that doesn't, and the body, you cannot trick your body. Which is what you're trying to do when you eat down a whole big bowl of food and you're eating every 2 minutes. The body is saying, I'm hungry, I'm starving, I know you just ate this food, but it has no nutritional value and I need to keep you strong and healthy so that you could do what you need to do. Now, when you eat the food that you buy at the Chinese store that has no flavor, your body, you eat a lot, but your body is still starving. And you get sick more often, and when you don't eat properly, guess what? Your body develops inflammation, and depends on what you eat as well. Your body develops inflammation. That causes your joints to start paining. That's how you get arthritis. And people go, oh, I'm getting old. If you have arthritis, it is because of something you are not eating. I didn't say it's because of what you eat. That is also a contributing factor, but it's because of what you're not eating. Now you need to find yourself over to the Labe market and get yourself some cinnamon, and I mean real cinnamon, and real marby bark, and real soursop, and real sapodilla, and real ginger, and you need to start to eat properly. You know it gets very cold out in the winter. and you have guts to eat properly. And I did say guts. I know that's not proper English, but some of you all know that's the only way for you to get you to understand what I'm talking about. You have got to improve the way that you eat if you want to live healthy, stronger. Have you seen how the Chinaman lives? Have you ever seen a Chinaman complain, oh, my joint hurt, oh, my back hurt, oh, I can't walk because my knee hurt, and all that complaints and all those complaints that you have? No, because they don't eat like you. They sell you the food, they make themselves very rich, and they go off to Chinatown when they're sick and they eat healthy. They do not eat the food that they sell you in their store. It's all about getting your money out of your hand. Now, if you want to give somebody your money, give it to Big Jim over at the Labby Market. Let him take your money, go back home to whatever islands that he buy his stuff from, and ship it to Labby and invest the money and spend it so you can eat properly. I spent over $60 in fish. And you know why I'm not complaining? Because when I ate my fish, I tasted the sea in my fish. You could taste the sea salt in your fish. When you go to the Chinese store and you buy your fish, you buy your salmon, you buy your snapper, and whatever fish the Chinese man sells you, it has no taste of the sea in it. There's no sea salt in it, because the Chinese man does not go out there fishing and buy and bring you fish. He raises his fish in a tank, and trust me, in New Jersey they have this big fish tank where they raise the fish in tank and they sell them over wholesale to the Chinese man who comes to your neighborhood and sells you the fish. I'm not going to call any name, but some of you who go into certain neighborhoods know that when you go to buy fish, it has to be wild caught. Certain neighborhoods do not buy farm raised fish, and because they do not buy farm raised fish, those stores in those neighborhoods do not sell it. Now, if you stop buying it, they would stop selling it. Be sure that you demand what you want for you and your family. You have kids that are sick. Every winter season, their nose runny, or in and out of winter, your kids have a cold, they have a fever, they complain of stomach aches and all these things. And you continue to go to the store and the Chinese man store and buy all the unhealthy food that doesn't nourish your kids' bodies, and they're always sick. A lot of our kids suffer here with asthma. And it's not because, well, is it quality of air as well, but it's also what is not in the food. It's what is not in the food. So you might think, oh, I'm feeding my kids all of these fruits and vegetables and they're eating healthy. Excuse me. Feeding your kids fruits and vegetables that doesn't contain any nutritional value is not feeding your kids. Let me repeat that. Feeding your kids foods that does not contain nutrients is not feeding your kids. So when you go to the Chinese store and you see the big bag of grapes for $1.99 or $2.99, and you buy this big bag of grapes, and you buy the big bag of apples and a big bag of oranges and a big bag of whatever fruit they're selling for next to nothing, and you take it home and you tell your kids, go have yourself some grapes, eat up the grapes because it make you big and healthy. Or you buy the broccoli and you steam the broccoli and say, eat the broccoli, it's gonna make you big and healthy. And the more your kids eat, you say, oh, but I feed him or her healthy, why is she or he still sick? Why are they getting sick and we're eating healthy? Because the food has no nutrients. Spend your money wisely. I guarantee you, if you go to the Labby Market at 1127 Northern Avenue, it's a Caribbean market. And as I said, Big Jim is over there waiting for y'all, because you're not supporting your own. And don't go over there and make any fuss and cuss and get on. I know how some of you all like make mess out of small things. Go in. It's a small store. Oh, and Big Jim, if you're watching this, you could do a bit of organizing with the store, because when I walked in there today, it was, and every time I walk in there, actually, it's a bit crowded. You have stuff all over the place. Try to get a bit organized so people could come and, make it clean and organized. But have our people come in and buy food, healthy food. We do not have, well, strawberries in the Caribbean, but if you want to feed your kids well and healthy, take the train to Lafayette Avenue. It's a Indian neighborhood. That's the last stop on the A train going to Lafayette Avenue. In the Indian neighborhood, they sell fresh fruits, vegetables, fresh.